What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday night. Welcome to the All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show. A show that, if you did not read it, is meant to teach and help, but the opinions stated by those of us on the show are not those of Smiteworks USA LLC.
Cheer bits. Cheer bits in the stream. Thanks for the cheer bits.
Mark McClancy 1006, as he has rebranded himself. Thank you, sir. Cheer bits. So good. So tonight's show, we put the band back together. This show was started in February of 18, so over 3 years ago, by Laerun and I. Laerun, you all know, is the founder of the Fantasy Grounds College. Originally was going to be called the Fantasy Grounds Church, but we talked him out of it. And so he's here tonight as our guest, and I have my co-hosts with me, the original Furied Fate, and also Mr. Drake. How's everybody doing? Yeah!
Doing good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Laerun, I've been jokingly calling this show like the State of the Union address that the president gives. I've been calling this the State of the Fantasy Grounds College address.
Yep.
So,
my fellow Fantasy Ground users, I'm here to tell you today.
Yes, exactly. so do tell us. Fantasy Grounds College of
I love you, man.
Summer of 17, I believe.
That's right.
And so it's been coming up on 4 years. That's insane. And Tom Knapp, by the way, thank you for the resub, sir. Tom Knapp, 1976. Sweet. So tell us about what's up. Oh, I've got the website here so people can, and I'll put it in the chat. This is your guys' website.
Okay, thank you.
Boom. What's up, Journeyman?
Okay, it's nice to be back. I want to first talk to you a little bit about Furied Fate. She was my first player in one of my first attempts at using Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, that's right.
So I met her through Fantasy Grounds, through the Fantasy Grounds forums. By the way, you can find games there if you're quick enough. And she was a good player. She played along. She jumped into the game. I gave her a whole bunch of backstory and script, and she went with it. So that's how we met. Drake, I met a little later on. He had volunteered to help out a little bit in a college. He was, I believe, were you one of my students, Drake, or did you get trained by somebody else?
I was tag teamed, I think, but you were a main professor over there.
Okay. And then also Maticure and others like that were also part of the college. So that's part of the image, or the focus that we have in the college, is to teach you guys how to use Fantasy Grounds, how to get used to it, get acquainted with the community. Also, help you with some of your problems that are outside of Fantasy Grounds, although we don't advertise that. But nonetheless, the community has done very well over the last few years. It's growing strongly. We're sitting at about 9,100 right now.
Good Lord.
Give or take about 2,000 or 3,000 people that are not as active anymore. But on a given day, there are approximately about 3.5 K that are active on Discord. And then if you cut that in about a third, there's about 1,000 active in Fantasy Grounds College. So there's quite a few people active right now. We're getting a lot more support and recognition from the mother company, which is Smiteworks. So just to let you guys know, we are not affiliated with them directly. They do support us. We do have a good working relationship, but we are not a part of Smiteworks. So I just want to let you know that, nor have we ever claimed to be. And the fact that Doug and the staff over at Smiteworks has acknowledged us over the last couple of years and have given us a lot of support lately has really been nice to have that. We didn't expect it, but we're getting it, so we'll take it.
Yeah, the Smiteworks is champion of you guys because they like many companies are very weary of a brand new thing that everybody says, oh, this is going to be so great. Well, let's see. But then after like about a year or year and a half or so, they did realize that your guys's, and especially your Discord server, was not only helping people in the community, but doing free classes and actually promoting the Fantasy Grounds VTT, which is what Smiteworks does. That's their whole thing. And so yeah, they
cheer
love
bits. Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks
and
for the
I knew they would.
cheerbits.
I've had a working relationship with them since February of 18, and I knew that they would. I saw it. I could tell that they were going to come around.
Yep.
Because it's like any of these Kickstarters or any other community thing that is, oh, Fantasy Grounds. Yeah, okay, well, let's just see. Because then they're going to be gone in a month or be some other weird thing that doesn't really work out.
Right. I
Uh,
agree.
yeah, McClancy, thank you for the cheer bits, sir. So yeah, it doesn't. I just am now realizing 4 years. That's crazy. I didn't even really
Yeah.
think that was be that long. But July of 17, I believe, was the start date. Yeah.
Yep. And we are going to have our Fantasy Grounds College Founders Day the last weekend of this month, or excuse me, July. We were going to have it the third weekend, but that actually happens to be San Diego Comic Con. So we decided to move it because a lot of our community will be doing the convention. So we moved it to the end. I was against that, but at the same time, I understand.
Yeah.
So that's something that we didn't want to conflict with our thing. So it's actually going to be May 1st, or excuse me, August 1st, and then it's going to go back to July. So there's like the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st, or something like that. So
It's a week.
that's
It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
correct.
Yeah. Okay. So that's gonna be here. I'll just look it up right now.
So we're going to be planning games for that. We're already kind of in the motion for it.
30,
Yeah.
And
30,
31st, and
31,
1st.
1. Yeah. Exactly.
yep, yep.
Um. So and if people are not, and that's a con where everybody can. There'll be games of all different RPGs and everything like that that people can get into, especially new people. So how do they do that? What do they
Okay,
need to
first
go
of
do?
all, we need them to join Discord because that's an important aspect of being involved with the community. Once they get familiar with the Discord and get their the Discord, once they get familiar with it, then they can kind of get the idea of what we're about, and then they join the website, which you have up there on the
Yeah.
screen, and you'd sign up, and it says right there, first join our Discord, and then if you scroll up or down, you'll see second register and log in.
Very
So
good.
what happens is that they get their um, account, and what we advise is that they use their Discord name because there's really no way to correspond who they are in regards to the website without that.
Yeah.
But once they register, they can look at our calendar. So if you go to events and go to the events calendar, it will show our current events. So go to events and then events. Actually, the events is better.
Not this one.
Either way, it can use that one too. The issue with this one is it shows in UTC,
Oh, I see.
which
Here
is
we go. This is better.
based on our website. But if you actually go to the events calendar, it's searchable and it's
Cheerbits.
localized.
Cheerbits in the
So if
stream.
you
Thanks for
want
the
to find an
cheerbits.
event, the event is actually localized. So if you're looking at the times there, it will show your actual time in your time zone.
Oh, nice.
So that's something that we've added recently, although it's
That's
added more
nice.
confusion because we used to only use UTC.
Yeah,
So
and I
that's
remember people just get so crazy. Some people, yeah, time zones are rough for some people. I've never understood it because it's easy. It's easy for me to figure out. But some people when they go to school, they're better in math and science, and other people are better in English and spelling. So that's two different brains. By the way, Nafum, thank you for the resub. Diablo Bob, thank you for the cheerbits. Cheerbits. But yeah, this don't have to figure out the time zone thing. That's fantastic because a lot of people do struggle with it. I mean, my grandma called me for 30 years. What time is it there? And I'm like, it's the same damn 3 different hours for that it has been the last 50 times, Grandma. It doesn't change. Stop asking me. And then she died. I was mean to my grandma, and then she died. No, none of that is true. I just made up that whole story, by the way. Cool. So classes and it, everything seems to be a class. There are what else would you say Fantasy Grounds College has in the way of I mean, I guess by definition, any instruction is a class, but you guys also have voice servers for games, or is that not true?
we do.
You do. Okay.
It's not very often that people run one shots, but we do have it.
Cool.
We also will do like special events. like something like this would be considered like a special event if we were to plan it and put it on the calendar. The other thing is we have articles on the website and a knowledge base. So
Yes.
the articles are like reviews and that kind of thing. And the knowledge base is basically a collection of tribal knowledge, links from the official forums, and to video sites such as YouTube.
Cool.
So instead of going to 5 different places, you should only have to go to one article. Now, a lot of the articles need to be updated, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, we still have that. So you're able to look at some of these things and go, oh, okay. And then everything should be there, or most everything,
Yeah.
most of the
So
useful things.
I'm seeing a lot of good like differences in the license. Just reading these titles. What 5e effects coding? What's this?
So for those of you that haven't,
Oh my God! What the hell?
you haven't been around for a while, Rob and I worked on this show together, and we brought Fury in, and more people joined. And after a couple years, I had to step down or step back because I just was too busy. I couldn't, don't really have a lot of time anymore for it.
You were obviously not
Uh,
busy updating these links. Holy shit! It's all broken. All right, let's get off that. It's broken.
yep.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the main thing is that we're trying to bring you content that's going to help you with Fantasy Grounds, and we've upped our ante on the YouTube channel. We've upped our ante on the Discord. So we're really trying to put together a lot of good things for the community. And one of the things we put into place, thanks to some excellent volunteers, I have a new right-hand man that's Windrunner. He has launched a basically a program where we're featuring a rule set per month. So this month in May is Starfinder, and it just happens to land on the tail or the beginning of the PaizoCon. And then after PaizoCon in June, we're going to be doing Pathfinder 2. And
Oh,
then each
nice.
month we're going to have in July we're not going to have anything because that's our Founders Day
Right.
weekend. But in October we're going to have Call of Cthulhu, and we're going to have Vampire the Masquerade, and I'm pretty sure people will do some D&D, Strahd and the new setting that's coming out, which is due to drop the 18th,
Yeah, it's
which
in
is
like
the
2 weeks. It says 16 days from now or something.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure people will try to do that too. But basically, we have grown quite a bit. We've changed. We have gone away from some things, but we've added other things. So there's a lot of changes that we have made slowly over time. And don't think for a minute that because Rob and I are not partnered up as tight as we used to, that we don't talk, because we actually do.
Yeah, I talked
We
to
talk behind the scenes. There's no
all the time.
hatred.
No.
There's no
For those
animosity.
for those of you that don't know, the reason I'm not a part of I can tell this story, I think the reason I'm not an active part of Fantasy Grounds College is something called Prizegate. Well, we named it that. But back in the day, and this was like a year ago or more. Um, I was getting resentful attitudes from some of the members of the college for two reasons. One was that I was giving prizes away, and Laerun and I both have never understood why this is a negative thing. But Rob is in here giving prizes away, and everybody hated it. But more than that is that I was only giving fifth edition D&D prizes away. I never gave away anything for Pathfinder or for Starfinder or for Cthulhu or any of the other RPGs. But most of you who know me understand that the reason that is that's what I make. I don't make anything for any other RPGs. I only make 5e stuff, and I was giving away stuff for free. So a lot of the then staff members, most of whom I think are gone now, decided that that was a negative thing, and they didn't like it, and they made me feel bad, and they told Laerun that they didn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I left, and then Laerun has not yet given me the green light to come back
Nope.
because I cannot participate in a Discord server or any other form of online activity where I know that there's active members of the community who are against me. It's not something I'm comfortable
I'm
with, so I just stay away. I'm waiting for those people to die, Now, apparently, they
I'm
haven't all
out.
died yet, so that's the reason I'm not there. But I support the college. I mean, obviously, I'm having him on the show tonight. I support that effort, and I have never said anything bad about the college, and I still to this day love the idea of it, and I have at times participated. I actually taught a class there a few months ago when I wasn't even really part of it, but I taught a class anyway. But but yeah, I love it, and so I just wanted to clear that up with the viewing audience. The
Yep.
reason I'm not there, but that doesn't have anything to do. And Laerun and I are personal friends. We've had dinner and everything. So
Oh yeah, we've met
yeah,
each other in
we've met
person.
because he lives in Seattle and I live in Spokane. So we've met on 2 or 3 occasions at least.
Oh yeah. So
And
one of the things
yeah,
that the people who did not like or appreciate having all the 5e stuff was that we don't normally have an outlet for that. So even if we make content for those platforms, there's nowhere to sell it, there's nowhere to distribute it other than posting it for free on the forums. So if you're trading time for dollars, that's not lucrative for anyone who wants to try to make some money. So then if you post things in a community and it's only your stuff, then everyone gets mad, they get jealous. And then when you explain to them why that's the case, because you can't have things like Pathfinder stuff on the DM's Guild. So there's no market for it other than some third party content that uses like the OGL, and then you might be able to put it up on the drive through RPG.
right,
But for the most part, it's just a ton of fifth edition stuff. We're working on that in the college. We've actually made it to where we have other rule sets and we feature different rule sets. We basically have a non 5e a month thing going on. So we're trying our best to remove that type of image. However, there's not much we can do with the amount and the volume of
Cheer
people that are
bits. Cheer bits
into
in the stream. Thanks for the
that
cheer
sort of
bits.
rule set. So the rule set preference is not set by us.
right.
It's set by the people who use it.
Well, right.
So if
And Fury Fate, thank you for the cheer bits. And in case people, every quarter, Fantasy Grounds puts out a graphical you know graphical graph. They put out a pie graph of all the games played in Fantasy Grounds and what rule sets they were and this and that. And 80% of the games played in Fantasy Grounds are D&D 5e. The and all the other rule sets, Pathfinder's obviously got a big chunk, but all the other rule sets combined are only 20% of its use. So but RPG wars and even edition wars, and people get very passionate. I love you, man. People, something just went crazy in the chat. What
whoa,
the hell is all that? That's a lot of
the
yep.
Clancy just went
That's
off.
10
I love
tier 1
you,
subs.
10 gift subs. Oh,
Clancy.
thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
That is
So
nice.
so that's what and so there was and I think still is.
I love you, man.
This is not confined to Fantasy Grounds College. This is just a thing in the world. Is that people are very jealous of the games they love, and
I love you,
they don't want to hear
man.
about other games. So when I was giving away prizes for 5e, everyone got really pissed that I or someone else wasn't paying attention to any other rule set.
I love you,
but what
man.
people fail to remember is that 5e is the RPG. It's the first and biggest RPG. All the other ones are secondary.
I love you, man.
No matter how big Pathfinder can get or Starfinder or any of the other ones, D&D will always be the biggest. It's just a fact. And so
I love you,
people get very
man.
upset by that. And so I mean I want to say I understand, but I don't, because it's like politics. You vote on this side or that side. Well, you love your side, but other people love the other side. So it's just something you really can't please everybody. And I learned as a stand-up comic when I was doing that professionally. You go up on stage, speak into the mic. There's 100 people in the room. 5 of them are going to hate you. So what can you do? There's nothing you can do.
That's right. Another thing that's happened recently is we had a website attack on our website, and we're
I
pretty
didn't hear about this.
we're transparent about it. We made an announcement. Basically, we don't know exactly what anyone had or what they got because it's really hard to tell. But it brought our site down, so we put out a statement in the college that said, "Hey, if you have a password on our website, please change it." And that's
Oh, wow.
basically the gist of it. There's
Start changing
nothing
my
they can
password.
really get other than passwords and names, and that is the most valuable part of a hacker's goal. So if you use the same password as all your other websites, that's basically on you.
Yeah,
Um,
first of all, if you're doing that,
yeah, if you're doing that, that's on you
yeah,
because that's a computing thing. Now, I'm not blaming you for the hack. I'm blaming society for not realizing that you can't use the same username and password across multiple platforms.
no,
And
that's very
and
that's
that's
that's 101. Yeah,
yeah. So basically, if that's you and you are a member of the college, I advise you to just change your password. We've had few people leave. They were mad. They said that we're using poor security practices when actually it's more on them that they may have used passwords and usernames to compromise their own data.
yeah,
So we recommend that you just change your password. That's probably the best you can do. Now, in steps going forward for this type of thing, we've re-enabled a lot of our security plugins that we let lapse because we didn't have the money to pay for them. The other thing was that we have backups that are happening more often. So if we do have a hack, we can get right back up. The other thing we're doing is requiring all the admins to have 2FA installed.
yeah,
We can't do that for a regular user, but we can do it for for admins. That way, if they get our passwords, that's bad. If they get yours, they're going to take your password and your name, but that's all they're going to get.
right.
But as far as what we store on the website, there really isn't a whole lot more other than those two things. So it shouldn't affect most of you. However, if you're using the same password and the same username in multiple sites and you are a member of fantasygroundscollege.net, I would like you to um, go ahead and change that. You don't necessarily have to leave the site, but if you do, that's fine. We had a couple
When
people that were mad
did this
that
happen?
the 26th,
Of April.
yes,
Okay.
and
Oh
we
yeah,
knew it
I didn't even know
immediately.
that.
We knew it immediately. We took the right steps. We put an announcement out. We've gone through and identified a lot of our spammers and the people that are constantly hammering on our website. So we've got their IP addresses blocked and that sort of thing. But that's just going to slow them down. So
Yeah,
recently, I just put up the Akismet plugin and also another form of firewall protection. So we've got the right stuff in place. It's just not every single program or app or plugin is written correctly.
yeah,
So if you use a plugin that's faulty, that's how they usually get into your website. Or if you have an open form, like for instance, we have a form that we use for signing up for events. Anytime you have an opening like that, they can inject code into that if they know what they're doing.
yeah.
So we only have the sign up login process and we only have the request for help. Those are the two areas that they can get into that we're monitoring and we got that kind of locked down now, but we had to turn off our commenting on all of our blogs so
Oh
that
wow.
so that way, people can't get in from there.
Yeah.
We had to remove some plugins that were poorly written. We used to have a really cool quiz one that where you can do quizzes. That one is actually the worst out of all the plugins that we had because
All
it's
right, so you
not
had to take that
secure.
one out. Yeah. Well, that's all
Yeah, we
very
had to take
interesting.
it
I
out.
had no idea.
So, anyways, the website security is something that we're serious about. We're taking care of it, and just let you guys know that's a state of the union. So
That's the
let
State
you
of the
know
Union.
what's let we tell you the good and the bad. So we're not hiding anything.
Yeah, good.
But as far as the college overall, we're doing pretty good. We haven't had too many people that we had to kick out. Every once in a while, we'll get a robot or we'll get somebody that does some weird thing, but usually it's pretty chill. We have quite a good staff right now. I'm pretty happy with. We have a lot of events on our calendar, so I'm not too worried about kicking people out and getting new teachers and that sort of thing. I haven't had that in a while. We also we want to let you know that we are also trying to support some of the major conventions. So we did GaryCon this year. There was another con that we've done. We're looking at the con that Violet put out, which is the Dungeon Con, which is a lot to do with the DMs Guild. And then there's a couple other conventions coming up, and we're going to try to limit ourselves to whatever Smiteworks is going to support. because we don't want to do every single convention all
Right.
summer long.
Yeah.
It stretches us thin. So what we're going to do is pick some of the major ones. We're going to put it out there that people are welcome to support and to run games or join games. But our biggest thing right now is Founders Day, which is at the end of July. And then our other biggest thing is rule set per month. So every month, except for a couple out of the year, is going to be focusing on different rule sets. So Call of Cthulhu and Vampire in October, which I think is really cool.
Nice.
There is no D&D month because D&D is all year round. So we don't have to necessarily cover that. We did second edition. It wasn't as successful or as important or whatever. It didn't really turn out like we wanted it to. So we're not
Well,
going to do that again.
there's a diehard community, but it is very small, very small.
Right. Right. So we
Yeah.
tried it. It didn't quite pan out the way we wanted to, but we gave it a shot. We
Yeah.
were very successful with Traveler. And what we've done is we've actually, Smiteworks has introduced us to the publishers, and they are supporting us in regards to social media. They're actually showing up on the shows that we're doing and talking about the rule set. And we're also getting the developers. So whoever is doing the conversions in Fantasy Grounds is usually on the show as well.
Oh, very good. Now,
So we
speaking of shows, do you want to say when are are they YouTube shows?
they're usually in Discord,
Oh,
and they are
but
now.
you redo them on
Yes.
right. Okay, so let's go here.
So if you
Fantasy.
there's a traveler playlist, we have like 4 or 5 videos that covers traveler. So a couple of them are classes and a couple of them are symposiums. So we've done, a few things where, we've had events that come up and that correspond with the month that we're working in.
So yeah, you can go. I typed in youtube.com/fantasygrounds college and it did work, but it translated the URL, so I put that in the chat for everybody. And here's the channels they suggest. All these people not subscribed, not subscribed to Rob Tui. uh, so yeah, there's all kinds of previous classes. I think the one I gave is probably on here too, and
Yep.
different shows. So yeah, so I suggest people can go. That's another great resource. Does it say how many videos you have? A lot.
Uh,
Oh, it's 316.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you
And,
go to the playlist, we actually have some newer ones that we put up. Lady Shell and I did Fantasy Grounds A to Z, and then
yep,
we
that's
did
here.
the Traveler Mongoose Traveler one, and then we have just some random stuff that I've been doing lately that it may or may not help you with Fantasy Grounds. Sometimes I just like to share what I'm working on.
Yeah.
Rob does that occasionally. He'll throw on a video where he's converting or something like
Yeah, I
that.
haven't done anything for a while, but I'm prone to doing that too. Oh,
So
here's
then we
my
had, yep,
Sirenscapes.
that's it.
By the
So
way,
a lot of,
everybody, this just because I
It,
saw it here, this is an excellent video. If you've never watched it, you should. But anybody that you ever talk to that tells you Roll20 is so much cheaper, have them watch this video. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get the URL to this video. Uh, Most of you have probably seen it, but Cody compares the costs of Fantasy Grounds to Roll20 over time,
You know,
especially.
I was about to say maybe we need to double check that because that's from 2017.
It still applies.
And
Yeah, he
okay,
basically shows you the concept of how Fantasy Grounds is a one-time price for 149 bucks. Roll20 is $99, much cheaper per year.
yep,
Ours is one time for life. Theirs is every year.
uh,
And our WotC has allowed us to set our prices for the hardback books at about half cover, and Roll20's is full cover, and all that still applies. So it's way
yep.
more money to use Roll20 as a DM than it is. Plus,
So
I mean,
lately,
Fantasy Grounds is better. I mean, let's just be honest.
lately the comparison stick has been with Foundry. So Roll20 is almost a non-issue now. It's more to do with misinformation and people getting the wrong idea about different platforms and getting back into that platform fighting and that sort of thing. I myself have participated in it. Thank you. I see a lot of videos out there and I've watched them, And most of them, basically, you get somebody that hasn't used any other platform. And I'm guilty of that too. There's a couple there. I've used Roll20, but I haven't used Foundry to its full extent. But you get the people that have this really biased belief in
Yeah.
whatever platform they're into, and they don't have a clue about any other thing. So I don't know why they would do a comparison. That cracks me up
Yeah.
to no end. To do a comparison and you don't have any clue or haven't been with the other one long enough to make that comparison. I would actually like to see three different people from Roll20, from Fantasy Grounds, and from Foundry, and do a tit for tat video where they actually show each strength and weakness side by side. Like, this is character building in each platform. This is how you deal with audio and video. This is how
Yeah.
you edit and
Somebody
make,
eventually will do that, but I would love to see that video. But
I
some
would
nerd will do
too.
it.
Because that would actually make more sense than just someone saying a bunch of hearsay.
Yeah. Well,
Well, that
and
would
the other thing about that video
require
that I'm
learning the
talking
other rule
about.
sets.
Oh, say that again,
Yep,
Drake.
It require you learning how to use the other systems.
of
And who wants
Right.
to
course.
do that?
Yeah.
Who wants to
But
do that? I
But
don't,
you
I don't
can,
want to do that.
the reason that video by Cody is so good is because he does know both. He used both, and he
that's
gives you
right.
the ins and outs. And so he was a knowledgeable source for that kind of information. And that was, like Fury said, 2017. It was even before Foundry and some of these
Yep.
other new upstarts. Uh, by the way, John ECC in the chat says Roll20 is raising their prices next month, so that's funny. Uh,
Yeah, that
yeah.
could be when that's kind of what's happening with um, Foundry is scraping off of D&D Beyond, so they basically
So
pull their data from there.
that's what. Yeah, D&D Beyond, as Winac is reminding me, is allegedly starting their own VTT.
Nice.
That's not good for anybody. But yeah. So for those of you that don't know, most of you probably do know this, but that's what started the whole extension debacle at DM's Guild, was the Foundry VTT thing. So here's what happened: Foundry VTT community members were writing what they labeled as extensions that were just blatantly scraping D&D Beyond 5e intellectual property and inserting it into Foundry DTT. Illegal as fuck. And when WotC found out about that, they became very weary and against the word extension itself. And because they're not gamers and they're all lawyers working in that Hasbro big office in New York or wherever the fuck they are, they decided, oh, anything that's an extension is bad. So they told DM's Guild, wipe out every extension, get rid of all of them. And we got emails that said, all your extensions are going away. Get ready, prepare yourself. And we were like, wait, what? Because that's, I go, my thing that I said was, don't, I didn't say don't fuck me like this. I said you're gonna piss off so many people, you're not even gonna believe it. And because people count on those things, right? So then it was decided, okay, let's everybody just calm down. And then now they're building the Fantasy Grounds Forge, they're calling it, and it'll just be a part of the Fantasy Grounds website marketplace where you can sell things kind of like DM's Guild. And it's going to be way different, and the commission structure is all different, and it's going to be a tax nightmare and all that other stuff. But we'll forget about that for now. But eventually, all those things will get moved, and what they're going to need to work out is like who anybody that already bought it shouldn't have to buy it again. But whatever, they'll work all that out. But all that stuff's going to be moved over from DM's Guild to the Smiteworks Forge, but only things that are extensions. So not modules, not executable files, not token packs, not just only extensions. And
Okay.
yeah, Rhode Island is where Hasbro has figures. So, but that all started because of Foundry VTT fucking community member. They're the ones that caused this problem. And so, yeah, I got no love for those people, but because I mean, some people do this as a hobby, but I make my fucking living doing this. So it's you're talking about taking away my monthly bills if you're fucking with extensions. So not too happy about that, but hopefully it'll all get worked out.
So in
Yeah,
regards to go ahead, Drake.
I said I like me some extensions.
Yeah,
That's right.
most people do.
And what's nice about that store or that new forge is if you subscribe to it or if you have purchased it before, it's easier to update. You don't have to go and hunt it down like you do now. It'll
Yeah,
actually be
that'll be one
easier.
pro. Yeah, it'll be easier. You might still have to click something to get it done, but
You
because
know, I told
I don't.
Maticuri I'll pay $5 for an extension if he doesn't put it up on the forums because I don't want to have to go find it to update it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
Sell
It's
the shit
annoying.
to me
you
so
know,
you keep it
a
updated.
lot of people make updating in on DM's Guild harder than it is. I mean, I can show everybody right now how easy it is. You go to your account, and generally a best practice is you should update everything that you have on the DM's Guild that messes with Fantasy Grounds every single time you play your game. And most people play games weekly, right? So I'm sorry, you don't go to your account. You go to your My Library, right? And when you go to Fantasy Grounds, when you go to DM's Guild and go to My Library, it's going to list everything you own that you've ever purchased. And all you have to do is come right over here to Updated and make the date, uh, sort it so that the most recent things show up. And then if you updated everything since say April 28th, you would go. I mean, mine's going to have a lot because I do major updates all the time. You would just update only these things that go down to April 28th or whatever. Now you're not going to have a big screen like I do. You're going to have one or two things. But that's a great way to keep on top of it. And then all you have to do each after you've done it once, all you have to do is every time before you play your game, go update the one, two, three things you have that have had updates, and you'll be like, oh, hey, this has a new, and you'll see a lot of times you'll see the Fantasy Grounds codings, class feature effects, or whatever. You'll see something I've done, but that's an easy best practice that you can do, and then you never have to worry. Oh, do I have the latest thing? Did I forget to do it? Whatever. Just do it every week before your game, and you'll be solid. And that's it. That's how easy it is.
Yeah,
I've written those instructions on my Discord, or I tell you exactly how to do that. Where the hell is it? It's in one of these. I have so many chats. DM's Guild updates. One of these things here tells you exactly what I just explained. So
Cool.
that's all you have to do is do that. Oh, Fantasy Grounds. No updates.
McClancy got the extension and sync to work. Wow,
Nice.
I gave up on
Oh,
that
so
thing.
McClancy's here. He's talking about this drive-through RPG. Do I even have? I might have uninstalled that because that thing was so fucked up. You got it to work, huh? What special thing did you do? Um, boy, what is that
PowerShell
called?
script. Yeah.
Oh, he wrote a power. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't even.
I just hit the like some of them do. I just hit the updated only button and it just shows what I haven't updated. So I update it.
Yeah, and that might work for people. Especially for me since I'm doing just update after update after. I mean, I do several a day. I've never got the updated only thing to play nice with me, but let me just show real quick what McClancy's talking about here. Drive-through RPG.com, and then where is that? That's somewhere. Where is that? Is it at the
I
bottom?
hardly ever go on this
It's really hard to
website.
find. It's not something you can find really easy, but there's a. Is it on
I
the
love you, man.
My library? Hey, Fantasy Grounds College. Thank you for the resub, sir.
31 months.
Yep.
So, Roachware, JPDSTED. What is that? Update.
An account near the top.
It's
Is that what
it's
the
an
acronym
account
stands
near
for?
the okay. So account near the top. Here we go. Thank you.
Maticuri.
Oh,
He's on it.
library client and app. Okay, library client and app. Yeah, so you can download it here for Windows, and that's what this thing. So it basically just is an app that does the updates for you, but it fucking hates anything that's not a PDF. It hates it.
Mm-hmm.
So I quit using that, a couple of years ago, and
Yep.
I don't recommend it unless you're able to do what McClancy did, which is fix it somehow. But
Yeah, it's
yeah,
slow too, I
and it's
guess.
very slow. It's super slow, especially when I have how many? I got like 600 things. Whatever the
50,000.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't recommend. Oh, hold on. I get to do this. Oh yeah, we're gonna give away a prize today too. By the way, at least one prize. Don't leave, everybody. We're going to give away prizes. I'm going to give away a free copy of the Drive-Thru RPG app. No, I'm just kidding.
Can you give away something that's not 5e? I'm just kidding.
How dare you? Yeah, I'll give you. It's too bad we're not on camera because I was going to show you. I can give you something else that's 5.
I know what
My
you're doing. I
fist.
can see it. I can
My
see it.
fist. I'm holding it up right now.
It was. It's part of your fist.
Yeah. Well, there's the 5e with an extension. There's the 5 fingers with an extension. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's right.
an extension, a
An
5e
extension.
extension.
Next week we're going to do the new lighting features, everybody. We're going to look at them. I'm going to load the test module and you're going to see it.
Finally, I've been wanting to see that so bad.
Have you? Well, we'll look at it.
Mhm.
We can try to mess with.
I
I've
just
never
did a
looked. I
map
haven't.
today, and I'm like,
even
man, I
looked
wish
at.
I had lighting. I would
Yeah,
put it
I
on
haven't
this
even
map
looked at
so
it yet,
fast.
so I'm super excited. Yes, Winak, you
I'm
can
more
also.
excited about the art and the art aspect of making an image light and flicker and move and
Oh
brighten
yeah,
a
and it's
section of an image. That's
and
even
if you
more
have dark
exciting.
vision, it's in black and white. That's pretty cool too. You know, because dark vision is not in color, right? It's just in black and white. So it makes the whatever you're looking at on the map is black and white. It's cool. What else, Laerun? Did we miss anything? What else do we need to know about FGC?
We do have Patreon. We do have donation stuff, but we don't charge for anything. It's basically free. We'll use the money from the patron to fuel our website, like the security plugins that we had to get, and also once in a while we'll buy a instructor a book or something if they're going to need that for teaching.
Ah,
That's generally what it's FGC.
FGC. Okay.
Yep. So that generally that's reserved for just people that want to support us. We don't have a lot on there, but we try to accommodate everybody as best we can. We usually use it kind of like a almost like a State of the Union, a monthly thing. We do offer like one-on-one type things for your group or for your for yourself.
$50. You have our undivided attention.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it. So
Yep.
yeah, you guys can support because they do. Everything FGC does. You guys, I guess this is maybe the first time we've actually mentioned it out loud, but everything's free. There's
Yep.
no, all these classes and all these help from volunteers. You go to their Discord server and there's friggin' 3,000 people there to answer any question you have. Right? I mean, literally active in the moment out of their 9,000 members. So, and no, it's all free. Then there's no money involved. But if
Yeah.
you
We
like
don't
their,
normally push this. We
yeah,
if it's there.
if you like their efforts and you want to help them, maintain server costs for the website and all this other stuff. There's the Patreon here. There's
Security on the website. Yeah,
security on
they
the
need
website.
help.
There's
Give them
there's
some money.
a
Give them some money, people.
PayPal donation button in the on their Discord as well. I mean, if you live in Seattle, just drive by his house and throw a bag of money out the car or whatever. We'll take it anything. Take anything. Um, but yeah, and that's and there are and if you don't have to feel guilty or anything. We're not trying to guilt people into like it's like I have a Patreon as well and I don't try to guilt people into doing it. It's just that if you can and you like the effort and you want to support it, then you can go and throw in a few bucks for the effort to help out basically.
Or you can say the hell with them. I don't have the money for that crap right now.
Yeah, and I almost at the end of every show I do, I give a speech to the people. First of all, anybody that's still at the end of any show, because nobody watches anything for 3 hours. But if you're there, I always tell people that I really appreciate their time, and that if they're all that we care is that you're having a great time and watching the show. We don't care if you buy anything or go to DM's
Yeah.
Guild and buy. You don't have to do any of that. But if you
We
would
really
like
want you
to, here's how you do it, right?
hmm
And
But
I don't. Yeah,
we want you guys to play. That's the whole thing.
right.
Is we want you playing, and that's why we're doing this.
Exactly. I feel that I think you and I have the same goals. I think most people. I mean, I had my liver transplant, had to quit stand-up comedy, needed something to do, found Fantasy Grounds, and now it's literally taken over my life, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm out of work for over a year now, so
Wow.
that's a lot of that's COVID related and Boeing. But I've been working on this and making a few bucks here and there. Nothing major. I can't retire on it, but every now and then I'll make a little bit here and there, but not a whole lot. So
Yeah. Well, right, and keep in mind, everybody, this guy. I mean, if they only knew Laerun behind the scenes, if they only knew.
yep,
And we don't want to, tell sob stories, but
yep.
there's this guy goes through a lot to put this there for you guys. So, the least you could do is appreciate it. You don't have to pay, but as long as you appreciate the effort, then I'm sure he's happy. I don't
And
mean
the
to
other
speak for you.
thing that we always look for is talent. So when people come into the college, quite often they have talents above and beyond Fantasy Grounds. So you have like database administrators and programmers and all kinds of cool stuff. So we like that too.
Yeah.
That often lends itself to the hobby, regardless of what it is. And even people that are just teachers in real life, they might want to help us teach some of this stuff. So it just depends on what your background is and how much time you have. It's really time. You're volunteering your time, which is sometimes more precious than money. So
Hey, Matt Patter is here. What's up, Matt Patter?
hey, guy.
So,
Hey,
so Fantasy Grounds College over here. Let me put the link again. If any of you joining us late, if you're on YouTube listening, I mean the link will be below in the description. But fantasygroundscollege.net, not too hard.
Hey, Chris.
fantasygroundscollege.net, and that'll take you to the website where you can get the link to the Discord. Just click on that right there. Boom, Discord. And it's got
is
actually
that
it
the
has everything. It's got their Twitch page, Twitter, Patreon, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest,
Shameless plug.
Reddit.
Rob, when did that thing that Robin put out? When did that come out? The rest of the magic items
Oh, let's find out.
about a month ago, maybe.
Yeah, it's around a
like
month ago, April.
eh,
I can find out exactly.
3.5 weeks? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So once in a while, we'll advertise that stuff if it's something that a lot of people use. And then the other thing is, I just put one out for Chris's his content. All this month on his YouTube channel. He or his excuse me, his own personal website. He does lots of maps. So for the month of May, he's got 20% off on his maps on his website. So I did a social media post for that because I thought that was cool. So for
Yeah,
the
I think I just
for
retweeted that as a matter of fact
yeah,
with the
it's
Fantasy
cool.
Grounds.
So anybody that supports Fantasy Grounds College or that is making their efforts to help and to promote each other, I think that it goes a long ways to kind of scratch each other's back once in a while. It's not a requirement, but it's something that we do just without being asked. Once in a while, someone say, "Hey, can you put this up for us?" And we might do it. Just depends on what it is. We're not going to advertise your left-handed mushroom softeners, but if you're making anything with Fantasy Grounds, we might do it.
What the fuck?
Oh,
This was April 3rd is the answer. She is a
speaking
month ago.
of mushrooms, maybe I'll break out mushroom stew on Founders Day.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh,
that's a
nice.
classic. So
Hey,
I did it last year. I think it was last year I ran it, didn't I?
yeah, you've ran it 2 years now.
Yeah.
nice. Hey, by the way,
I've
as a
been working
public
on a new
service
one actually.
announcement, let me just make this announcement to the general populace of planet Earth. If you are a person who gives a substandard rating, like see how this has 12 5 stars and then 1 3 star? Don't be a fucking dick and just rate it 3 stars without reviewing it and telling us why. Come on. Like some person out there bought this, decided it was okay and rated it 3 stars and didn't say, like, they didn't do a review to say, hey, you guys, I wondered about this, or I couldn't figure this out, or whatever. Let us help you. Let us give us a chance to make it 5 stars. Don't just and we get a lot of 1 stars. First of all, some of it is just people hate me. I'm a tough person to get to know. But some people will pay money to buy shit to rate it 1 star just to piss me off. I know about that. But don't give it 3 stars and then not explain yourself. Do a review. Let us know. Come on, don't be a dick. All right, thank you. My rant is over.
Public service announcement.
P.S. This Robin did this, not me. Don't give her 3 stars. She's awesome. All right.
So I put the link for Chris's website in the chat,
Oh
and
yeah.
then
Game
Let's
Tell
all pull it up.
Warehouse.
Game Tell Warehouse. That's Chris has been on the show a couple times.
yeah,
I was just. I
20%
think I
off all
just.
Meander products until June.
I
Yep.
think I just tweaked one of your maps with Unity today. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at all. I mean, he hasn't done very much. Fuck, look at this.
No,
Shit.
he's got one or two maps, but
Yeah, he
He's
doesn't
just
have
got,
any
he's got,
map.
yeah, he doesn't have any maps. So if you're looking for maps, this isn't the place to go because he only got one or two. Oh my God, he's got like a 50,000.
And look at the platforms that they support. It isn't just Fantasy Grounds. So if you
No,
play in other
Yeah.
platforms, I mean, he's got it.
what logo is this?
the Crooked 20.
No, but
That
this is.
D20
Look
Pro, maybe?
Are they linked? No.
Oh, D20 Pro. That's who it is.
Yeah. And then you
Oh
have
no, wait, what?
Astral, and then you have
Yeah,
Foundry, and then you
Foundry.
have
Okay,
the
so
new
first
one
of all,
is Shard is the new one.
Roll20. People know this. That is a shit logo as well as this. You don't know who. Like I didn't know. I've been in the business for how long? 6 years. I didn't know either one of these. Those are shit logos. Thank you. I said it.
Yeah, it is. It is Map Hatter. It's really weird. But
But his
even
maps are. I have many of his maps. I have two. Well,
Oh,
first
yeah.
of all, if you go to my maps folder on my hard drive, if I used a different map for every time I played Fantasy Grounds, I would not get to all of them in the rest of my life. It's not possible.
Yeah, you have a problem. You need to
I have a
seek
problem.
Yeah, I
And
do
plus, I have a
too.
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Oh god, I got a huge
Yeah.
problem.
I have a bad problem too with those.
I
But
don't
Chris
buy
is
them. I just find them.
see the reason I would promote something like this is because Chris has actually taught classes in our Fantasy Grounds College, and he's been a part of the community. So it's not like he just showed up and said, "Hey guys, can you advertise my maps?" No, we don't have to advertise his maps. They speak for themselves. So we will occasionally put something up, just because
Chris taught a class to me. I want to say it was 45 minutes, one-on-one.
Uh-huh.
He just took the time.
See?
I'm not saying he'll do that for everybody, because he and
Right.
I had a special deal we were working on at one point. But he's a nice guy. Is my point.
Yep.
Map Hatter last updated May 1st. I'm sorry, was that very recently? Yes, it was.
Yep.
So,
So he put all that effort into. I don't know how he manages to keep that site together because there's so much content that I can see it might be hard to break the links on there. So you have to be very meticulous.
yeah.
There's a lot of content. And Chris also has Fantasy Grounds modules. He has, it isn't just maps. He's got
Oh no,
tokens.
he did. For those of
He's
you
got
familiar with now all of a sudden the squareware, right?
I got it. I got
Yeah,
it.
that's amazing.
I pull tables out of it once in a while.
Yep.
No,
Got a
no, that's
table
not
for
what.
everything.
No, not no.
No, that's
Yeah,
not it.
Quareware.
It's basically a what the hell just happened?
Forgot the S.
It's Squareware, everybody. There we
Squareware.
go. For those of you that aren't familiar, this thing, $30, probably worth way more than that. Does basically you can run a campaign on the fly. That's the easiest way to explain it. Chris
Yep.
McDermott. This is a Fantasy Grounds College show. Just turned into a commercial for Chris McDermott.
That's okay because actually, anytime we promote someone that's from the college, that actually is Fantasy Grounds College content.
Yes, it is. And so this thing, for those of you that don't have it, this was a Kickstarter, I think. I'm pretty sure it was a Kickstarter.
No.
Anyway, you
I
can
mean,
go
you wanted
here.
it to be.
Oh, it wasn't, but anyway, it's in the Fantasy Grounds store. Obviously, I'll here. Let me put that link real quick.
Yeah, I think if it did Kickstarter, it couldn't have been on the store, maybe.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it can. It's
sure.
just you got to go through a whole fucking nightmare to make
Like
that
a
happen.
loop-de-loops.
So you all these different things are there on this one screen, and like you can go.
You click on it.
I need a monster. Boom, you go to the random monsters, whatever. So then and it is involved AF, everybody. Your DM will give you 27 point. I mean, he's got all the information for. Look! Look at all these pins. Look, and the green ones for players. So you can go. Oh, I need a musical instrument. Boom. Whatever the hell it is. And he's got random tables for everything. And then, oh my God, this is the
Yeah,
map
I do
things.
recommend you take a weekend off when you get this thing.
Yes,
It
is.
There's so much. There's so much.
The best way to describe this Squareware application is it is like Fantasy Grounds itself. There is a learning curve to use it, but if you take the time, you'll be glad you did.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Just soak it in a little bit at a time. Make a story entry and pin some of the things that you like out of it is where I started with it.
Now,
Oh, let me
can you
try this.
guys
Let me try this.
imagine if Chris got his hands on that new story template thing that just came out?
Oh my God.
What you talking about, Willis?
They bought out that guy from the DMs Guild, and the guy had that extension that basically allows you to make templates, but it calls on other templates. It's like an add-on to the
Story Template Pro.
Story Template Pro. Yeah,
Where is
if
this?
he it's actually, if you go to the updates, it's in the core rule set now. But basically, if you go to the YouTube channel, he explains how it works, and this is when it was still in a extension format. But Doug, if for some reason Doug and Fantasy Grounds got real excited about it, and they went right after it because it extends the usability of their story template feature, and it gives you more options on how to link things together, like the callouts. You you just have more options and more functionality on the callouts for tables, so you don't get redundancy, and so you can avoid calling out stupid stuff that you don't need, and that sort of thing. So it helps with that. So it basically gives you yeah, it's no longer an extension. Yeah, that's right. So basically it gives you more functionality with the tables now. So when you're using the story template, it has different and separate callouts so that you can call upon results of other tables without pulling in stuff you don't want. And that's really powerful.
Wow.
So if you're going to make a thing like Chris made with his squareware and his that packet there, if you had that at this time when you made that, this would have been amazing.
Holy shit.
Chris says he's got some time coming up. He's gonna take a close look
Yeah,
at
you
it.
might want to look at that because they've just included it in the core rule set.
Ooh, sci-fi squareware for you sci-fi junkies.
Ooh, that's
Nice.
awesome too.
So he's
Yeah,
got
so
the new video for after it was integrated into Fantasy Grounds. Okay, yeah, okay. Bookmark. I gotta watch this. I gotta just not close that.
yeah, if you're someone that uses the story templates, it is really cool. And it really does make me think more in terms of wanting to use those more often because I don't know how many people use those, but I just
Laerun just
destroyed a
destroyed a
weekend.
weekend for the Map Hatter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's
Sorry.
my turn in this game, everybody. I gotta take my turn. I gotta take my turn in my game.
Sorry to
Solo.
his girlfriend.
I'm gonna play the yellow 6. Okay, I'm done.
So yeah,
Uh,
that's a State of the Union thing. I think that's
yeah.
a something that definitely you guys should know about. Yeah, do a show on templates. That would be a good idea, Tom.
Put it on the list. Put it on the
Let's
list.
get Matacure and Chris on here, and I imagine between the two of them, they could kick some ass on something.
All right, we'll put that
If
in
we
as an
got those
idea here. Templates.
Matacure versus the Map Hatter, I think that Story Template Pro would be the show. And you get Chris on there and Diablo Bob and Matacure. You're
What about Jim Socks?
well, yeah, we can get Jim Socks on here.
Oh, nice, nice.
Get
Good
him on
call.
here and get the right people here and make a show
Just
out of
have
it.
a hoedown.
All right,
Big hoedown
I'm gonna invite him right now.
right now. Tell him that we need him. Community is calling him out. Yeah, get him. Get him. So if Map Hatter, Matacure, and Diablo Bob are on that show
Let's just
with
calm
him,
down. I mean, let's try and get one
no,
guy.
that's important to have those guys with him.
Would you like to come on the Fantasy Grounds talk show for Story Pro? Hey, Jim Socks. Just
Yeah,
what the title says. I mean, Rob Toohey. What's up?
get all the people. Template roundhouse, exactly.
All right, we'll see what he says. That's the only way I know how to contact him. I don't know.
Yeah, let's get him. Get him. And if he doesn't answer you in a couple weeks, let me know and I'll start following up on that.
All right.
It's a very very important that we get him on.
Burn the house down. Get everybody. So,
Do it.
all right. So Jim Socks, Map Hatter, the Map Hatter, Map 1P, Map Hatter, Matakiri.
That way they can see for themselves, what it does. And
Who else did you say
ask-
besides those guys?
let's get Diablo Bob in here. That's your 4 guests right there. You don't need me. You don't need Fury. You don't need Robin.
No,
You just
Fury's the
need those
goddamn host. What are you talking about?
Do link your bookmark down there too, Rob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your URL
Oh.
for that guy. Boom.
Boom. Well, and I put it in here as the 30th, but I'm not, I
Question
can
mark.
move it.
Question mark.
Yeah, question mark. That.
All right.
Yep. All right. Very good.
All right.
I think it should be FGC in the house for the giveaway.
Oh
Right?
yeah, let's give away.
Oh yeah.
Let's do. Oh,
I got so excited about that
I forgot
story
about.
template.
All right. Let's see. Here we go. Raffles, right? Raffles. That's what it is. Keyword raffle. The item will be a DM's Guild item of your choice with my name on it, of course. Not just. I'm not gonna buy you anything. I'm just gonna give you something
It's
free.
probably gonna be 5e. Just saying.
Just be careful.
Yeah, if there's any haters here, leave now.
No gifting.
In the house.
All
in
right,
the house.
let's do a 1-minute timer. Let's start it. So the secret word, everybody, is FGC in the house. So you have to put exclamation point and then FGC in the DA house. Just like that.
They get it. They got it. Gorby
Just like
got it.
Gorby
Diablo Bob got it. Yeah.
and GWD
Gixxer,
and
yeah,
Diablo
yeah.
Bob and Gixxer and Winak and Notham and Journeyman and John ECC and Cyberstorm and Engorgio and Arhammer and Tom Knapp. Everybody gets it.
So, hey, Laerun, did you ever finish working on that Fandelver encounter or the goblins? Did you ever get all that worked out?
Yeah, actually, I got a lot of it done. I just have to get the time to get that together and run it.
There's so much out there that I haven't gotten to run it in but one time. So,
well, I
but
was
it was
thinking of
fun.
having you play the goblins, right?
Yeah,
And you guys are going to go after Sildar and Gundren Roxy.
We were just minding our business, and here comes this guy swinging a sword at us.
That's right.
All right.
So we're going to play the opposite side of the fence.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who is it?
looks like a couple people they were too late. That's what happens when you walk away from the screen, take a pee, you're gonna miss it.
Because he screwed it up when he typed it in earlier.
The winner is Engorgio.
Gorgio.
Congratulations to Engorgio and Arhammer too. What? He did too.
Oh, what? Two?
How did that happen?
I hit the button twice. Or Engor. Okay, Engor. Arhammer. You guys know what to do.
Now,
Both those people have won before. You know to send me a message in Discord with the item of your choice and also your DM's Guild email. Don't forget that. Don't make me.
Hold on now. Chris says, appreciate your unexpected words. When you're done, I'd like to offer another prize before I take off and get back to work.
Oh, snap. Okay, we'll rerun the thing. What is the prize, Chris? He's going to give us a prize. This is awesome. What is the prize that you're going to give? And let's take a look at it. I'm going to say
1 million ways to meander in the West. The full 75 core map selection with furnished interiors. So if you are someone that plays, like Deadlands or Call of Cthulhu or anything like that, that's a big thing. Yep, that's over $100 worth of stuff for sure.
Yeah, one of them actually has.
Oh, this was a Kickstarter, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, look, it says Marbania's General Store right there on the right.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
Oh, it does. Let's see if we can.
He put his supporters in his titles, which is really cool.
Oh, this is funny. This is like the Portuguese website or whatever. Hold on a second. Let's go.
He's on the Portuguese version.
All right, I don't know what happened here. Let's just calm down. Let me go back to Google and see if I can. Oh, well, no. Okay. Let's see. Let's try that. Oh no, that's still a foreign language. That's Chinese.
Matacure, it's on the sign to the general store. So if he brings that back up, if you look to the right, it's on in the advertisement. It's on the store marquee.
Google, freaking Google. All right. Well, anyway, you guys get it. All right. So let's run. Okay, here. Let's go back. So in this case, I'm gonna reset it, right? And I'm gonna put a 1-minute timer, and then I'm gonna say, this is the.
There's the link in the chat, folks. This is what you're winning.
There we go. Let's look at that. There we go. That's the right one. So yeah, it says Marbania's general store right there. So what I wanted to do is look, this is still, why am I in Chinese now? What is happening? But I wanted to go down and look. Yeah, here we go. This is what I wanted to see right here. Like that.
And if you don't win, he has the late pledge where you can buy everything
right
in one shot.
Buy it for 10 Chinese yuan. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know why. What happened? Why am I all? I don't understand any of this. Okay, I don't know. And it doesn't even say I'm on a different language.
Oh, Rob is hijacked, by the way, guys.
Ooh.
I got something went wrong. Hey, Henry JF, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so back to the prize thing. Here we go. So we're gonna make this. We're gonna make it easy.
Yeah, Marbania backed the Kickstarter, so that's how he got his Weird West thing going on.
So there you go, everybody. 1-minute timer. The keyword to enter in the chat is exclamation Map Hatter. MAPHATTER. Map Hatter.
Map Hatter.
Will be winning the furnished interiors of the Wild West.
Yep.
Bang, 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 bang.
There really isn't a lot of Wild West maps, so this would be really good about to get this because it's rare.
Oh, Marbania was the one that gave him the idea to do the Wild West maps.
Yep.
There you go.
And we've been bugging him about Call of Cthulhu, and I know he's got that on his roadmap. And there's other stuff that he's working on too. So
he's got it on his map. I see what you did. Look at how many things Marbania has by his name. He's got all this other stuff by his name. Rob Dewey, the follower, the tree, the VIP, the broom, whatever, the broom and the light, the flashlight and the car keys and everything. All right, here we go. The winner of the prize that Chris is giving away will be revealed when I press the button right after this commercial. I'm just kidding. I hate when they do that on some of those shows. Yeah, Mr. Wolf. That's good because he actually missed the last drawing. He didn't get in time, so that's good. So Mr. Wolf.
Yep.
Shuffle them cards. Get some Deadlands in your future.
Unless you want to type it in the chat for Chris to have right now. I don't know if you want to dox yourself, but if you don't want to dox yourself in the Twitch chat,
he can private message him.
Yeah, either send him or me your email, and I will get it. If you want to send it to me, and you know what, send it to me so that I know it happened.
Yeah.
So PM me your email, and I'll send it to Chris, and that way I know it's done, and I don't have to chase anybody down or worry about some prize that wasn't given out. And people say, "Oh, that Rob Toohey's an asshole. He doesn't give away his prizes." No, I did.
So that concludes another episode of.
That's episode 157 in the books, everybody, right? Like that. Any final words, Laerun, from you to the viewing community before we end the show?
Yes.
Okay.
My final words are play Fantasy Grounds. Learn how to use it if you don't know how, and have fun. And don't stress out. And may the force be with you, my wife says.
Yeah, by the way, in 2 more days. I heard a new thing today that instead of May 4th being Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you, that now the Mandalorian is taking over the whole month because this is the May.
You can't.
This is the May. That's the joke now. Okay. For those of you that don't watch Mandalorian, first of all, how dare you?
Yeah.
You call yourself a nerd and you gotta watch that show.
Cannot take over Cinco de Mayo. So, yep.
This is the man.
Cinco de Mayo.
Well, they called it Cinco de Drinko, but that's a little bit too disrespectful. So we call
Leo
it Cinco de Mayo.
DeLorean.
The main DeLorean. I see what you did, Roachware. I'm following you with your puns. I know what's up. Baby Yoda for the win. Celestian, how dare you come to your house? Don't say Baby Yoda. All right, everybody. Thanks
He's
for
got
watching.
a name. Get Gertrude.
He's got a name. Yeah,
I don't
it's Gogurt. I think is his name. Gogurt. We'll be back next week with the lighting features. Don't forget to join us on Friday and Saturday for Joe's game and Drake's game. And thank you to Fury Fate. Thank you to Drake. Thank you to Mr. Laerun. And may you all have a very Merry Christmas. Good gaming, everyone.